Once an injured employee reaches maximum medical improvement in North Carolina, they are evaluated to determine whether or not they have permanent restrictions by their treating physician. If the injured employee suffered an injury that results in a permanent disability such that they can't return back to their employer for whom they worked with when they were injured, then they will be entitled to vocational rehabilitation. Vocational rehabilitation is a process that is utilized to assist the injured employee to get back to work within the restrictions or within their abilities that they have as a result of the injury that they suffered. So if the injured employee was working full duty and they suffered this injury and now they have permanent restrictions of no lifting over 50 pounds, then a vocational rehabilitation process may begin to determine if they can find suitable employment for that employee. Now, suitable employment is employment that is available in the general marketplace that is within that person's education, their training, their experience, and most importantly, that is within their permanent restrictions that they've been assigned, that no lifting over 50 pounds for that particular scenario. Now, one of the common questions that I get asked is does it have to be the same pay? In North Carolina, it does not have to be the same pay. So in theory, if you were making $100,000 a year and you get injured, now you have permanent restrictions and you can't go back to doing your previous job that paid you $100,000 a year, then through vocational rehabilitation, if they found you a job that is suitable to your current situation and it only pays $50,000 a year, but you are able to do the job within your education, training, experience, and most importantly, within your restrictions, the Industrial Commission may find that that's suitable employment and that you have to go back and do a job making half what you were making. Now, in that particular situation, if it occurred, then you would be entitled to 2/3 the difference, so that the insurance company would have to pay you 2/3 of that $50,000 that you've now lost as a result of your injury. That is the overall reduction in your wage earning capacity. Vocational rehabilitation is a process wherein the insurance company hires a vocational rehab counselor. So this is an individual that has to have certain qualifications and experience and credentials and be registered with the Industrial Commission in North Carolina to perform this service for injured employees. During the process, normally what happens is a vocational rehab counselor is assigned and they do an initial assessment. They meet with the injured employee and they obtain their prior work history. They get updated on their maximum medical improvement, and they discuss the disability that they have as a result of their work injury. They also discuss other disabilities that they have that were not considered as part of their workers' compensation claim, but is still a part of the person and still has to be dealt with. They take that information and then they may do what's called a job market survey, where they look to see whether or not there is available opportunities in the job market within 50 miles of where the injured employee lives. Once they determine that there is job viability, then they may begin vocational rehabilitation services. Through this process, they meet with the injured employee approximately once or twice every other week, just to assess how they're doing in terms of trying to find a job. The Industrial Commission requires that not only the vocational rehabilitation professional to provide job availability access in terms of applications, different areas to look for employment, but the injured employee also has to participate in this process. It's not a process where the injured employee simply waits for the vocational rehabilitation professional to find them a job. They have to actively participate with the vocational rehabilitation. This is required in order to continue to receive temporary total disability benefits. So it may be possible that the insurance company attempts to terminate or suspend the injured employee's benefits for lack of cooperation through the vocational rehabilitation process.